Hey, so it's Friday. I think I'm going to start a little thing where I recap the week and let you know a little bit about what's been going on and what I've been thinking about. But so this week, it's kind of interesting. A couple of things came up. One is, when there's a problem in transportation or shipping, there's two types of customers. One that understands that freight happens and that you're doing the best you can. And we try to communicate here at Nationwide every single time something happens, what's going on. We tell the truth. We're from the Midwest. We don't try to beat around the bush at all. We basically just give it straight to the customer, good or bad. And like I said, there's two types of customers. One that understands that, and their understanding of that, obviously they're not happy that something happened, but as long as we communicate with them, they're happy, or they try to understand and move on. But then you got the other customer that wants to call and yell and scream and get pissed off, like that's going to make the situation any better. And all that does is make it worse, because obviously that isn't good, for us to have a customer yelling at us, but there's not a whole lot as a broker that we can really do to change the situation. At least we're trying to be honest and upfront and tell you what's going on, and make sure that you understand the driver's running late, there was an accident, there was damage, whatever the case may be. We're going to be upfront and honest with you and let you know that. So that's one thing that came up this week. We've had a couple situations. It doesn't come up very often, but right now the industry is kind of fragmented, and this is another part about the week, is that it's a trucker's market right now. A lot of trucks are sitting idle this week specifically because of the DOT blitz that they do every year, where they try to inspect all the trucks that are on the road, and they pull everybody over. So a lot of truckers actually take this week off, and they do maintenance on their trucks, or this is the week they go on vacation, basically. So, and then you add in COVID along with that, and that seems to be another big point, that drivers are staying home. They're, older guys, and they don't want to go out and take the risk of coming in contact, especially in some of these states. So, that was the other thing, going to Florida or Texas or some of these hot states, drivers just aren't going there right now because there's no loads coming back out. So the rates right now are very high. If you're trying to move something under $2 a mile, van and flatbed, it's very difficult. But trying to move to areas where they don't have any freight coming back out of, and if you're not willing to pay round trip money, these drivers just aren't willing to take the loads. I think a lot of the bigger players in the market are either taking a loss on loads or just have lanes built up already that they're able to get the rates they need to move some of the loads. But we're still moving loads every day. Customers are definitely trusting us with getting the shipments done. It really is a trucker's market, though, and you got to pay for what you get. So that's kind of what this week's been all about. And next week is not the last week of the month yet, so we got a couple more weeks to go of this month, and I think it'll just get busier and busier and crazier as the years goes along. So, hey, TGIF Friday, and we'll talk to you next week.